is king and Jason. Jane has successfully defended the Unity titles multiple times, and you can bet they're itching to reclaim their stolen belts tonight. Yeah, but those defenses were practically gift-wrapped with hand-picked opponents in favorable locations. Tonight, they face a real challenge. We will see. These two new allies have a history, but the big question is, can they gel in an official match and walk away with some hardware? Boom! It's okay, they weren't that pretty anyway. Wow. Beautiful arm wringer applied. The champion into the pin. The challenger kicks out after one. This one isn't going to be ended quite so easily. What's the knee? Placed against the turnbuckles, effectively using the knee. And that attack was enough to shake up Lexus. Face wash. What a kick. And he has no response for this barrage of offense. Now he's got to find some respite here. And a clothesline. Makes the tag. Clothesline. Oh, what a splash. And she makes the tag. Bang. Great anticipation. King one step ahead. Connects. Saw it coming. Big. Jeez. Setting course to the top turnbuckle. Oh, he timed that counter well. What now? Oh, stop to the belly welly. Ouch. Slingshot, springboard, but no way home. This is gonna hurt. Stay going. Good grief. And any one of those shots can take you out for good. Now they hit palm strikes, doling out as much damage as possible, looking to silence the challenger once and for all. She was ready with the counter. Throws her back in from ringside. Tagged in here. Running Hurricane Rana. Beautiful. A display of quickness. And you can bet that got the champ's attention. Walking up here. Oh, up to the eyes. That seems to have really gotten him. He could have an eye injury. Nonetheless, the match continues. JC eats a clothesline. The Lexus King with a belt shot. And the referee never saw it. The champions are going to retain. Wait, foot on the ropes. Is that the producer who was wrapped up in all this? I think so. Seems like he's working against NXT Mutiny now. Hold on. Spear on JC Jane. Looks like his eye's okay. Or at least okay enough. Setting up for some kind of double team move. And down on the JC Jane with the cover. That'll do it. We officially have new Unity Tag Team Champions. We just witnessed amazing teamwork from these two, and it paid off not only a title win, but a major victory in the war against Mutiny. And don't forget the assist from Troy the producer. Mutiny shocked the world with their invasion a couple weeks ago, but now taking their
Welcome back, Punk.
Looks like I missed out on all the fun. That was impressive how you used that goofball Troy to find where Mutiny was hiding and then win their Unity titles. Well done.
I guess Troy's show of loyalty in our match was enough to get his job back.
And we discouraged Mutiny from trying to hide from us. They said from now on, they'll be back at the Performance Center.
I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. You got your hands on the Unity champions after what they did to me. But I'll get my shot sooner than later.
I know you will. Which leads us to our next move. We've spoken to the GMs, and we think the best strategy is to divide and conquer between Raw and SmackDown.
At least Aldous appears to have our backs, unlike old Triple H. Convenient how he continues to sit on the sidelines, isn't it?
Yeah, it is convenient. I can't believe he's still staying neutral. Makes you wonder if there's something else going on there.
In any event, if we split up, we'll have coverage on both brands to fight off any Mutiny attacks. I'll be headed to SmackDown.
And I'll be focusing on Raw. What about you, Punk?
I think it makes sense for me to float between both brands to help keep an eye on things. There's a lot of top names jumping ship, and I'd like to use my influence to put an end to that.
Sounds like a solid plan. Which branch should we focus on first?
What the hell's going on around here today? All the suits look like a donkey kicked them in their tender bits.
That is a very specific analogy, but the reason everyone's upset is Mutiny is creating their own title, the NXT Mutiny Championship.
Why should we care?
Break rope.
It'll go right down the memory hole, the
Look, just walk out
multiversal
when you don't
infinite
mention it.
championship, and every other fake belt in history.
We're already bleeding superstars to their side. An NXT Mutiny Champion gives them even more credibility. I tried to get Triple H to stop them, but he hasn't even returned my call. If Mutiny keeps gaining momentum, I'm on track to be the last GM of Raw, which is a distinction I'd prefer to avoid.
I'm not looking to be your last #1 draft pick either.
What can we do at this point other than sit back and watch?
My partner and me took their Unity belts. How about I go down there, win their made-up tinfoil title myself, and show them exactly what I think about it?
That's borderline nuts. We're in a war, and you'd be walking behind enemy lines without any backup.
I don't need a backup.
I can't officially sanction this, but it sure would make an impression. And if somehow you pulled it off, it might turn the tide of the whole war. You sure you want to do this?
Let's roll. I'm going to walk into Mutiny's house, put my feet up on their couch, and serve them a case of Frosty Stone Cold Steve Austin style whoop-ass.
Hell yeah.
Like the Unity champ is going after Coffee next. And the referee's going to let this one go. We have a new matchup, guys.
What we have is a fight.
This wasn't a scheduled match, but it looks like we're going to get it nonetheless.
It looks to me like Mark Coffey's about to become the second member of the NXT Mutiny roster tonight, who's going to lose some teeth to one half of the Unity champions.
Mutiny claims to like anarchy. Well, tonight, they're getting all they can handle. Not the prettiest thing you'll ever see. Up into the torture rack. Mark is out. That's it. Makes the cover. And the kick out. That was game over.
just insulting. Oh, driving the elbow. Stops that offense from connecting. Punch lands. Rights and lefts, elbows, knees, all of them lethal. Papando. Oh man, ref couldn't get out of the way.
More coffee has it marked.
Finding an opening. He's in a very bad spot. Totally out of it. Now Coffee in control.
He takes down his opponent, and there is crowning glory.
He kicks out before the count starts. Amazing. I think there's still some shock in the air over the fact that that didn't produce a pinfall.
Blow to the abdomen gets him out of that.
That got turned around on Mark Coffee. And he retaliates.
A clinic of counters being put on by these competitors. Wow! He's getting fired up now, really feeding off this crowd. You saw that being telegraphed. No signs of either combatant backing down. Ooh. Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Looks like we got ourselves a brawl here. Two fighters putting their haymakers on autopilot right now. They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
What impressive determination from both competitors. Keeping at each other no matter what. Misses big time. Rolling elbow. Woo-wee. Getting sucked. And running knee right between the shoulder blades. Up into the torture rack. Mark is out. That's it. And going for the pin. Well, he's been defeated, but apparently that isn't enough for the WWE loyalist.
He's kicking Coffee right out of the ring. It looks like the Unity Tag Champ has something to say. Everybody in this building knows I go where I want to.
Welcome in, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're
When I
doing.
heard Mutiny was getting big ideas about making up their own title, there was only one place I was gonna be. And that's right here in NXT Mutiny. I just obliterated two of your guys, and I'll do the
Thank you for
same
the likes,
thing to the
Chris,
rest
mate.
of your damn roster if I have to. Is that mail order belt? I'm taking it just like me and my partner took the Unity titles. So go ahead and...
You knew this had to be coming. Kevin Owens is one of the leaders of NXT Mutiny, and he has heard enough.
When you came out here like a tough guy jumping people from behind, I thought about sending the entire locker room out to smash you like the tackling dummy that you are. But I have a better idea. See, I'm not going to let some WWE poster boy ruin our show. You want this mail order belt that's about to become the most valuable prize in the business? Then all you have to do is compete in our main event tonight. A qualifying gauntlet match.
One of the biggest superstars in WWE is going to main event NXT Mutiny in a gauntlet match.
And if he wins, he'll have a shot at being the first ever NXT Mutiny champion.
Oh, mate. Oh,
Hey, you.
yeet,
My name's
yeet.
Psycho Sally, and
I don't want to hear one word from any of you traitors. What's wrong? Too afraid to mouth off now that we're standing face to face?
I thought you didn't want to hear one word from any of us traitors.
Well, it is kind of boring out here in the parking lot. So might as well say your piece.
I was just going to ask if you're hungry. Catering is really good tonight. There's even cake.
If Bailey and Kevin Owens think I'm walking into some trap right before I run your little gauntlet...
Wow, you seem really mad. Are you more of a pie person?
Look, I don't know you, Psycho Sally. This isn't personal. But you're a soldier on the wrong side of a civil war where you're the bad guys.
We're the bad guys? You and your partner broke into our...
After mutiny declared, the only... Yeah.
Let's go to the match. I'll skip the entrances, chat, because, well, yeah, can't be asked.
This superstar didn't just walk into the Lions Den. He did it carrying a bunch of stakes. Well, he came here from Raw looking for a fight, and Kevin Owens gave him one against 3 of Mutiny's best. The reward will be worth the risk if that man carries Mutiny's new championship back to WWE, Corey. Rolling elbow right on the mark. Oh, that hurt! Ooh. Oh, stop! Forearm smash after the stomps. Just a continuous rush on Noam Dar here. Dar on the wrong side of every exchange lately. Look out! Crucifix, very nice. Any combination! Almost 2.5. Just barely, but it counts. This, boom, nice. Oh, look at this arm wrench. Beautiful back kick.
No, I don't want to exit the ring, you cunt.
Picks him up. Spine buster. Working on the leg. A heel hook locked in. You can almost hear the opponents yelling in agony. Isolating their opponent's arm and stop right to the hand. You have to imagine the disdain it takes to repeatedly stop someone like that. Oh, the knee takes a big hit. Bam! Oh, that's gonna sting your back. Dar is having his way right now. Dar holding nothing back. Oh, catches a kick to the face. He's just waiting for that perfect moment. Oh, man, he landed rough there. Double axe handle. Into the cover. And he gets his shoulder up before the count. An almost instantaneous kick out there. A lot of work left to do. Oh, what a kick. Ooh. Oh no, trapping the arm. Vicious stomp to the hand. No respect being shown whatsoever with those stomps. Step ahead there. Yes, boom, nice. The adrenaline is pumping and the WWE Universe is on his side. into the torture rack. Feast your eyes. Nova down in a heap. The cover. What in the world? I don't know how he did it, but he's hanging in there. Just how much pain is he willing to endure in this match? And it may just take going to the well. Over clutch. Torturing their opponent. Is this one over? Is a tap out coming? Is someone here? A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up. Not a spinning back elbow coming. Down position. Ouch. Kick. Strong kick. Counters. Sliding into the cover, looking to end this. Using the ropes for leverage. That's not right. And a strong kick out in one. Wow, I thought this was over. Boom. And they're going shot for shot. Ooh. So much pride, so much resiliency on display. Back and forth, neither one giving up any ground. Toe to toe, treating each other like penny bags. The willpower, the sheer guts of these two. Pushed on the shoulders. Oh, feast your eyes. Nova down in a heap. Into the cover. He kicks out somehow. I do not know how you survive that. Staying alive there is unheard of. What's the tally on how many times we thought this match was coming to an end? I can't count anymore. Rolling elbow. Woo-wee. Noam Dar is just getting knocked over. Over a clutch. Torturing their opponent. This is the moment when you're desperate to find a counter. Trying to find an escape. Is Show here? A couple of elbows to the jaw, and that'll break things up. Point of the elbow finds the mark. And he's got cartoon birds swirling over his head right now for sure. All these attacks to the head. He's going to end up with... Up into the torture rack. Nova down in a heap. Cover. It is gauntlet officially has been cut short for Noam Dar. Another one down in this gauntlet, and there are still two more competitors to come. So who's next? The one and only Axiom is ready to make some noise. Keeping your wits about you is one of the most important things you can do when you're trying to run the gauntlet. Axiom looking for the quick pin. And there's the kick out. He's not going to go down that easy. And security finds his mark. Lands the cross body. And Axiom gets turned around there. Oh, vicious headbutt. Oh, all the way there. And now propped up in the corner. Reversal. And that turns things around. Piercing knee decimates the face. Oh, kick right to the spine. Reaching deep into the bag. Nice one. Weird combination. Back your way this way. Too early in the match to end it. Look at this. Oh, nice. Slingshot Arabian press. Showing off the quickness. That'll turn things around in a hurry. Oh, what a kick. Oh, a nasty stomp to finish it off. Oof. Oh, man. Ooh. Knees were up. All the breath taken out of their body with that counter. Ooh, on the jaw. Was mounted with punches and a stomp to the gut. Oh, my goodness. Axiom at the mercy of his opponent. Axiom now just trying to survive. That takes him down. Double axe handle finds him on. Shoulders are down. Oh my, how in the world did he kick out of that? So resilient. Nasty right hand. Vicious enziguri. Precision offense here. He's leaving zero room to breathe. Ain't nothing holding him back here. Axiom sensed that was coming. The table is ripped off here on monitors as well. Bad intentions here, guys. This battle's found its way right to our doorstep. Making way towards the top rope. Man, just a multitude of strikes. Rights and lefts, elbows, knees, all of them lethal. Was never had a chance to block any of those. Climbing to the top. What's he have in store? First up top. Oh, went for it all. It gets nothing. Torturous knee. Maybe we'll win that. Oh, clothesline. Standing shooting star. That's incredible. It's incredible the inventiveness we are seeing on display here.
Discord's in the bio.
Clothesline. And a second. This superstar building momentum. Sweeping the leg. Things are looking up. Climbing up the turnbuckle here. Struggling to get back on his feet. Looking lost up there. Up high. Diving crossbody. Throwing all caution to the wind. Momentum is pivoted toward Axiom. Axiom is doing a great job remaining engaged with the opposition. He pulls off the reversal. Quick thinking that time. And that attack has to weaken Axiom even more. Yeah, Axiom finding himself in a tougher situation than he expected here. It looks like he's got a bullseye on his head now. And a move to the gut, too. Double axe handle smash. It's a revolving door of forearms. Ouch! Rolling elbow right on the mark. Up into the torture rack. And that can make his Axiom. Yes, Axiom is ready. Trying to hit the shoulders. Here's our final entrant. Gauntlet match finale time. All right, here's the lead that makes some noise in this gauntlet match. And West can't stop any offense coming his way. And West has to quickly pull something out of his sleeve here. Wow. Just going all out with every blow. Up in the torture rack. West went down in a heap. Makes the cover. Only two. His opponent probably had it in the bag for sure. This is when you have to switch game plans. You can't let yourself get discouraged. That was the home run shot that got robbed at the fence. Smash out of the stumps. We have a pin. Shoulders are down. Almost ended it there. Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on. hopefully pull something out of his sleeve here. Wesley having fun, getting it going. Now they'll set up in the corner of the ring. A running knee right between the shoulder blades. West gets the better there. West is pushing back now. That could be the spark West was looking for. That's a well-targeted attack to the body. Forearm to the kidney. Wards off that offense for West. Vicious running knee lift. Rolling elbow. Woo-wee. Taken down by the neck. Now it's got the cover. Can he keep him down? Yeah, no, he doesn't get the three. How in the world did he kick out? Dangerous is up and around. Oh, beautiful cover. He breaks the pin before a one count. What stamina. It's truly impressive to completely beat the count here. Being set up in the corner for something. Turns it around. Countering each other again and again. Wesley, tremendous athleticism, connects with an elbow. And look at this. Tiger fake kick around the post. West with an opening to go high. From the top, double stomp. That might have done it. This could be it. There is no quit in this man tonight. The educated hands and feet. Playing down 11 arms and feet. Going down low, squeaking the front and back of the leg. And a stop to the back. West into the cover. This can do it. A defiant kick out after one. That's smart. Taking the one to catch your breath. Blast on. Now West needs to end this. Cover. Very few superstars possess the fortitude to do what we just witnessed. Very few? How about almost none? This match just went to the next level. When your opponent can hang after all that, you're... First on the shoulders. Oh! Beat your eyes. This went down in a heap. And eliminated in a damn short ring. If NXT Mutiny holds up their end of the bargain, this man will be competing for their new championship. I think we're going to see a trap spring anytime now because there's no way Kevin Owens and Bayley would let that happen.
I question your strategy with all this mutiny tile stuff, but I kind of feel like you're making it up as you go along.
ever known me to do anything different?
I know you also didn't have a plan when you decided to climb Old Man Thompson's tree, and we had to call the fire department to carry you down. Not a great look.
Oh, sure. Bring up my childhood trauma.
Hopefully you're triggered enough that you actually give some thought to what you're doing.
That was a long time ago. I've refined my improvisational technique.
Beating everyone up is only a technique until you lose a fight.
We got ourselves a real simple solution then.
Yeah, you just have to keep winning. Here's the thing. Doesn't this all seem a little easy? Mutiny could have jumped you, but they didn't. Not to mention this whole mystery chamber twist. Something's up.
Trust me. If they have something planned, I'll be ready for it. The price is worth the cost. We got the Unity belts. I take this new title off the table. Unity doesn't have much left after that.
Your mind's made up, so this is a losing argument. Good luck down there.
We have no idea who's in those mutiny mystery bombs, guys. What we do know is that every man in that chamber is going after the guy carrying WWE's banner. This superstar knew the risk going in, Corey. Now we're going to see if he can reap the rewards and become the first ever mutiny champion. And there is no other term for that than just cheap. A cheap shot. Flapjack goes for the cover. An easy kick out there. Bold moves to go for the pinfall this early in the matchup. Stop after stop after stop. You gotta wonder if there's more in. Oh, he got him. Is he gonna let this in? Targeting the shoulder with the claw. Escaping the takedown. Gets clown with the axe handle. Shot to the back. Nasty stop to finish it off. That shot on Wolfgang did not miss. He's learning just how unforgiving the Elimination Chamber is. Here we go. Time for Andre Chase to stake his claim here in Elimination Chamber. And Wolfgang can't mount any offense. Wolfgang needs to reformulate a strategy. Turns it around. He's finally finding an answer to that awesome. This could be his chance to rally. Jumping knee strike. I like that. Right to the spine. Land neck first. Ooh, and her snap. Straight down to the floor. Collar cover. Only a one count before the kick out. These men knew this match was going to be hard fought. Arm wringer applied and so accurate. And who's on to the gut too. Take a moment to get pumped off of this crowd's incredible energy. This is no time to hesitate. You can feel the First on his shoulders. Lifting up for the play. Can he end it? Still pretty crowded in there. 5 super. This could do it. And into the cover. The Elimination Chamber always makes its presence felt. Right face lock applied. Hoist it up. Does he? Here. Without any life left in Jensen. Kicks out. He still has life. How? How? Big boots. Nathan retaliates. Massive miscalculation on that one. Physicality displayed. Unbelievable. Still to the go. Cover here. No, kick out at 2. I didn't think we'd see a kick out there. And there's the cover. Kicks out. He just won't give up. He's looking to go high risk from the top rope. Nice calf kick, great elevation. Here we are, 3 contestants left in the chamber. Big moves. Double axe handle smash. Keeping in close quarters, and look at these lefts. Now this is just a ruthless attack and such aggression. Targeting the arm at great effect. Elbow will break out. Kick lands. Over the top and missed awkwardly outside. Dropping the knee for more punishment. Right across the knee. Heel hook locked in. This is painful. Across the shoulders. Up and boom jack. Big boot. Oh my God. Looks up their opponent. Driven down with a sidewalk slam. Oh, wallop by a huge club. Power with the giant. He may get the 3 count here. This is it. Kicking out before the count. Kicking out now sends a very clear message. Watch the quickness on his suplex. That should do it right there. He breaks the rest count before 2. Still gonna take a massive effort to keep him down. Fine. Taking things to the top rope. We're gonna finish it off. Pay for that high risk. What's coming next? The back suplex. This is a war of wills at this point. Taking on so much offense. You gotta worry about the lingering effects. Face first. Forearm after forearm. Vicious attack. Stiff shot to the abdomen. Attack to the midsection. And Wolfgang is pushing through and keeping himself in this match. He has to be on offensive offense soon. Lift on the shoulders. Oh! Feast your eyes. Wolfgang's eyes were glazed over. He could have pinned. And now these two are fighting for that final fall. Jaw-shattering boot getting clubbed by the axe handle. And he's only got one thing on his mind right about now. The jaw getting wrecked. To a falling door of forearms. Ouch. Up in there, Austin shuts it down. He survived this mutiny mystery chamber, and now he's not only one out of the Unity champions, but the very first NXT Mutiny champion. Mutiny's leadership cannot be happy. I don't like to compliment Mutiny, but that is one nice looking championship. Guys, what's the new champ doing? Is that a sledgehammer? This might be a short-lived run for that championship. I think you're right, Cole. He's destroying the brand new NXT Mutiny title. Not only that, but he's sending a strong and clear message, Cole. Look at that. All work I went into it, destroyed by the very first champion. You'll love to see it. If you're on Team WWE, and I am, maybe this is a sign of things to come. Maybe we are one step closer to the destruction of Mutiny. We can only hope.
Wow, what a statement. What an incredible victory for WWE. First, you basically steal the Unity Championships. Now you destroy our first ever NXT Mutiny Championship belt that we didn't even give a damn about in the first place. That's right. You never wondered why we didn't come out and stop you from wrecking our title? Or why we even gave you the opportunity to win it in the first place? Or why when those mystery pods opened, that it wasn't some big WWE superstars who had jumped to Mutiny? It's because you played right into our plan. Not only did you spend 2 weeks spiking our ratings, you wore yourself out, showing us exactly who the weakest links in Mutiny's chain were. And now, we've cut them out. So thank you. You managed to make Mutiny that much stronger. Maybe next time, think twice before you barge in here with a head full of steam and no real plan. Or better yet, don't think twice. Seems to work out better for us that way.
That's the way you make an impression. Bust in through the front door and make them choke on their own egos.
I appreciate it. But the way KO spun things didn't make it feel like a win.
Come on. You walked into their house, beat half their roster, and turned their fancy title belt into shrapnel. Kevin Owens was just spinning.
She's right. If I had to guess, they didn't expect you to go rampaging through like a bulldozer. KO made all that up to save face.
They could have jumped me at any time, but they didn't. They put a bunch of scrubs in the chamber match. Hell, Psycho Sally came out to the parking lot to offer me some cake. Makes me wonder.
If they created a title because they knew you couldn't resist going down there to win it, sacrificed a bunch of their own guys just to see if they could hang with you, then bake you a cake? That seems a little egocentric.
Well, when you put it like that.
We should talk about what's next. I spoke to the GMs, and you're going to defend your Unity titles at WWE Payback. You? No. Exactly.
We don't.
Even though